One. Hello, everybody. Happy August. Can you believe it? It's
I know, right?
like if you're in Maryland, you feel like summer went by in a snap because we literally had winter till June 1st. like I was wearing my heavy coat until after Mother's Day.
Dang, that
I
mean,
thought you
like,
did last summer.
honestly, everything's been weird this year, though. Like, honestly, everything's been weird this year. It was hot as heck out here before summer even started.
I need to move there. Maybe we should swap.
I'd rather take summer or winter, no matter what. Ever, like 100%.
Ever. Wait, you'll take summer over winter.
Yeah.
I was down for that, and that's why we get a new car. But one of the cars that we have, the AC doesn't work, so it hasn't been the best summer.
Okay, that's a challenge.
The kids don't really go in it, but me, I drive like 8 minutes to work, and it's the hottest 8 minutes ever.
Yeah.
You need to just ride your bike and get that air.
I try to.
All right. Well, we have episode 34, Elevate the World podcast. Thank you for joining us from wherever you are, wherever you're listening to this or watching us. So we are going to talk about my phone fast, Prince's social media fast, and convincing Scotty to do a phone fast. Okay, so it's going to kind of go full circle today. All right, I'm going to start with 2 thoughts. Now, I don't know if these are quotes. They weren't attached to anybody. These get really deep. I want you two to comment on these thoughts because,
all right,
guys, we are a different generation. We're not going to talk numbers, probably over 10 years older than both of you, maybe 15 plus. Like I'm in a whole nother world. Okay. So I remember when cell phones came out. I remember the big box that my mom had in the car that you had to plug into the cigarette lighter. The cell phone was a box, and then you picked it up with a cord. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was so. Don't say anything yet, you two. Okay, let me get this thought out.
I got my comments.
I see the judgment. I see it. I remember when my mom got this. She had a little Plymouth Sundance, and I remember when she had the phone, and it was like a big deal. And every time, still to this day, right? You had to, at night, take the cell phone out of the car, bring it in the house. It was like a box.
Lug it in.
Lug it in. And I don't think I ever talked on it because I don't know why I never talked on it because it was literally a sacred device. Like it was like the children did not touch this cell phone. Like
the magic comp.
Yes. Okay. So then we had a pager. And we were not drug dealers. You just had a pager. Your friends would page you. Hello, hi, a phone, call me. You would drive your car, get a quarter, put it in this thing called a payphone. And you said, put it in.
Thought of a pager.
Do what now?
I like the thought of a pager because you can't you can't send me a text or call my phone and then be mad if I don't answer.
Yes.
Immediately.
So
you know what I mean?
You literally would wait by the telephone at your house, wherever, for that person to go to a payphone and call you and hopefully tell you where they were, where the party was, what they were doing, how you could meet up with them, right? So then cell phones came out. And I remember my first cell phone, it was a little gray Nokia, whatever, I don't even know. And it was that annoying ass ring that's on every 90s, like I don't even know what it is. And if you
did you have a snake game on there? Did you have a little snake game on there?
Crush snake.
All right. So then I graduated to the BlackBerry, and then texting was available. I was in college or out of college by the time texting was available. out of college. And I would text people and they'd be like, oh my God, I didn't know my phone would text. And it was like this new thing. But it was like A, you hit 1. Then if you needed a N, it was like hit 3 2 times, like whatever the number was, 2 times. Like you had to get to the specific letter you wanted by hitting the number so many times.
You used to crush it. I've heard what they call that. T9 texting.
Hey, I used to be able to do that without even looking, be hitting that thing.
Stop. Okay. So then came cell phones, iPhones. I remember MySpace came out. I remember social media coming out. I remember Instagram, Facebook. I remember when Facebook was first being talked about. And it blows my mind how far we've come. Okay. So with that said, I'm going to read these 2 quotes. The first one, your cell phone has already replaced your camera, your calendar, and your alarm clock. Don't let it replace your life, your family, and your friends.
Man,
that's deep right there.
Man,
that's
Whoa.
legit too.
Whoa!
Like, I feel like that's already happened for people.
Yes,
For
it
real.
has. Yes, it
For
has.
sure.
100% that's already happened for people.
Some people it's like definitely it's replaced their spouse, their significant other. You know, man, that's deep. That's deep. Like
It kind of, not kind of, because we're going to be honest here. It got me thinking. I was like, and I don't feel like I'm on my phone a lot. However, you ask the people that live with me, they're like, oh my gosh, Mom, you are on your phone, but I don't feel like I am. Now, it could appear because like I have my Fitness Pal, you know, I have the thing, like I'm logging or whatever, and I do a lot of work from my phone. Reading this quote has me thinking like I may want to do things a little differently, because that quote is really startling to me. It's it's scary, right? So the next one, I don't know who said this, but it's genius. So if you think about the world, like, was this called a cell phone for this reason? I finally realized it. People are prisoners of their phones. That's why they are called cell phones.
That's deep too. Like, I mean, like when you think about even like the phone fast and this and that, like I do a full-fledged phone fast every Sunday, but like it's still like this thing of like almost it like being like a shackle in a sense of like I have to constantly tell myself like, no, put that thing down. You don't need it right now. Leave it. Like you take it everywhere. Like I just got in the habit now recently, not taking it into the bathroom with me. I was like, bro, you don't need it in here. This is nasty. Stop doing it. Like, like, no, but like seriously though, and your whole life is in your phone if you let it. Your whole life. Like if you got Apple, I don't know about Android, no shade or anything like that. But I know if you got Apple, like they got like everything. They make all these correlations with you. Like last year you were doing this. And then they put together the cute little photo video. If you watch it, it might bring you to tears. And they know the right music to put with it and all of that, man. Like, yeah.
So what I did was I did a 10-day phone fast.
Have a nice cry while I watch these memories.
Right. So I did a 10-day phone fast. And why I did this 10-day phone fast was I was feeling too controlled by my phone. And I really wanted to work on being more present in my life, guys, in my life. We all do this, whether you're in the bodybuilding world, Spartan, F45, a fitness trainer, a chef, a poet, a writer, you're a painter, you're an artist. I feel like most people are on Instagram following all these people. When we are taking all this time to follow what all these people are doing, and we're taking away from our own life, our own doing. And I was feeling like that in the bodybuilding world. Like I was literally feeling like I was sitting here looking what Miss Bikini Olympia was doing when I could be doing food prep. I could be reading. I could be relaxing. I could be sleeping. I could be doing extra lifting. My workouts could have been longer. Like, and I was like, whoa, I am wasting so much time. And then you have that little screen thing that pops up that tells you your screen time. And I was blown away. I was like, oh, Angie, you got to get it together. And then I was feeling like I was like anxious, like, who's texting me? Who needs me? Who has a question for me? What if someone messaged me on Instagram? What if I missed this? And I was like, oh, now a lot of people get like that. I don't know if any people watching this would admit it, but I feel like most people feel they have an addiction to their phone. Think about if you cannot find your phone. What happens if you can't find your phone?
Start freaking out.
Heart rate gets elevated.
Freaking out.
Start shaking stuff upside down.
Well, I can't find my phone though. I feel like I lost
it.
I feel like I lost it. Like not even like in the house. Like if like I'm like somewhere out and I lose it, then I'm like, shit, that's like $1,200 down the drain. Like that's what I think. At home, it's like not that big of a deal unless I know like I'm waiting on something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. So I did 10-day phone fast. I sat here in my house before we got in the vehicle to drive to the beach, and I took all the apps off my phone. Instagram, WhatsApp, GroupMe, text message, email, Facebook, Messenger. I'm not even that into phones, and I just named 7. Okay.
If by y'all was a person.
Right. I kept my dialing phone for safety. Okay. Because I do a lot in the mornings on the beach by myself. So I wanted to have some safety, with me. And I kept my Amazon Music because it's hooked to my car, and that's how I stream my music through my phone. And I love Amazon Music. It was the weirdest feeling. I felt like I was going to a deserted island. I was nervous and scared, and like all these emotions came through me, and my family was laughing at me, and I was like, guys, I didn't think I'd feel like this. I thought this was going to be a piece of cake, but now I am not connected to anyone. Literally, if you needed to get a hold of me, you had to dial the cell phone, like that Drake song, Call Me on My Cell Phone. Like you had to call me on my cell phone. And I gave the warning out to everybody. Hey, I'm doing a 10-day phone fast. I won't be contacting you. And some people were like, wow, good for you. I could never do it. Some people were like, why? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Some people were like, I seriously have to call you?
I'm people. I avoid phone calls as much as I can. Like if we can text it, I'll send you a voice message before I have to call you. So like
Megan hates talking on the phone. I'll FaceTime you. I have no problem like FaceTiming you and like call you, like talk face to face.
Right.
Depends on the mood I'm in too. Like if I'm driving, or if I'm just like out, I'm just like I can like FaceTime or call you, I'll do that. Like sometimes I don't want to text.
Right. And you can imagine my generation, I'm all about the phone call. I'm like, hey, what's up? And my friends are like, my 2 best friends. One of them, she literally will pick up the phone and she's like, I answer, I know you're the only one that calls me. What's going on? And I'm like, what do you mean I'm the only one that calls you? I'm just calling to say hi. She's like, I knew that. I'll call you back. Like, it's my best friend. Then I'm making plans. My other best friend lives at the beach, and I'm making plans with her. And I'm like, Nick, you got to call me, girl. And she literally calls me, leaves me a message and goes, I wish I could play it for you guys because I kept it. She was like, this is so weird. Hello. I'll see you on the beach. I'm coming. Bye.
Dang.
The last time she left the voicemail.
She's like, yeah, it's like she can't remember the last time she left a voicemail. Okay. So that's why I did it. I was feeling very attached to my phone, like it was controlling me. I needed to live my own Instagram story. That's what I said to myself. And that's what I wrote in my journal. Guys, I need to live my own Instagram story. I cannot compare myself to what this athlete's doing, what this athlete's doing, what this person's doing with their business. It's not helping me. Comparing myself to what other people are doing are just taking up my time. It's not moving me forward, right? Now, there is some good information on social media. We can learn a lot. There's doctors to follow, and you can use it. We've talked about this before, using it in a smart way. So, Prince, tell me, why did you do your social media fast, and how long did you do it for?
I'm actually right now, I'm still doing it. I extended it an extra 2 weeks.
Whoa.
At first, social media is definitely for like, my main purpose to use it is for like growing my business, growing my brand. But like I was like, you know what, I feel like I needed to reconstruction things. I felt burnt out, but the biggest thing, or I can kind of correlate with you with and relate to, is that like, I thought about like everything that I was just taking in, and I was just like, man, like actually, like I was like, you're kind of like senselessly absorbing and eating all of this social media, and not thinking about how it's affecting your subconscious, and just sometimes you need to use that space in your brain for something else. And like that was one of my biggest things, and I was like, you know what, I want to step away. I just want to take time to like, I realized how much I picked up my phone when I would be spending time with my wife and with my kids. And I wasn't feeling that. I was not feeling myself for that. I realized it was okay every now and then. Okay, I get it. But I was like, you know what? Actually, like, I only need to really be picking this up right now at this point when I'm spending quality time. If it's business related, or if it's really, really important, I don't need to pick this up to see how many likes I got, or check comments, or to like, or to even like scroll some more in, like, because I felt like I was getting in the trap of like, I go check one thing and then just get locked into scrolling. Like it just was like hypnosis. Or whatever, and the scroll hole, like, you know what I mean. And for me, I was like, actually, I need a break away from this.
Scotty, I taught you a word.
Scroll hole. What? You just changed the game. New lingo. Hashtag. Yeah, hashtag that now.
Hashtag scroll hole.
See, yeah, I'm not like other moms. Wait, like from Mean Girls. I'm not like other moms. I'm a cool mom.
Cool mom.
Cool mom.
Right. Moms could definitely learn something from Angie.
Oh,
seriously,
right?
For real.
I'm gonna do a class.
For real. You should. Why not? Master class. But like, just like all that stuff, and like you said, you get so caught up in everyone else's story that you forget to like be working on your own and enjoying your own story, and that type of thing. I don't know. I just wonder, like, it was so many reasons to why I just was like, I actually need to just unplug from it. So I deleted Instagram off my phone. I never had Facebook downloaded. I would go into Safari and like download it, to like log in and stuff. But I took Instagram off, took TikTok off, and over and all, like, I feel like I've been doing so much more with my time. I've been reading more. I've been more present at home. And then, like, as far as like business goes, like, I've been looking at other areas of like, okay, how can I grow my business? How can, when I go back to social media, I was like, I need to take a step away so that I could reconstruct my content and how in my next approach, and things of that nature. So it was just good to unplug, and it was so good that I'm doing another 2 weeks, and I'm coming back. Train Like Prince is coming back. Like I'm still present, like with like my clients and on the business side and stuff like that. But like as far as like Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that, like I'm coming back. But right now, I'm taking an extra 2 weeks, so that just for me, it's good for me. I feel like it's just been good.
Right. Now, for me, and I don't know if anyone else gets this way, if I'm on my phone too much, it increases my anxiety. Like I feel very like, I can't keep my thoughts together. I'm very unproductive. I can't think what I need to do next. Like, oh my gosh, I know I have this huge to-do list. Where do I go next? I feel very anxious.
Man,
do you find that you're this? And I'm not an anxious person, but that social media And too much screen time sets me over the charts for me. And I don't even have any issues with anxiety that I'm aware of. I usually feel very calm. I can take deep breaths. I sleep well. Like, I work on myself inside and out. Did you find that happens to you?
Two things. One thing, so I have had like I used to call it a struggle with anxiety, but now it's more of a battle because like I'm fighting it. You know what I mean? So like I do things like I get up super early and get to work super early just so I don't have to have my nerves racked. But I found that I've been a lot more calm without social media. It has been like a lot more like at ease. I can actually think now.
Focus.
And yeah, I can focus. I don't have a bunch of things like making all these crazy synapses go off in my brain. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So yeah, you know what I mean? So my anxiety levels have definitely decreased a lot more to where like now I actually am a lot more unbothered by things.
Yes. Now, Scotty, if you were to do one, what would be your reason why you would do it? Like what would you want to get? Like what would you want? Like why would you do it? Would you do it because you just want to see like, hey, let me see what it does for me? I have no clue. Do you feel addicted somewhat to your phone? Or are you like, my phone doesn't really matter to me? I mean, you do have amazing stories. You represent F45 to the thousandth degree of wonderfulness. Like, what would the people do without Scotty the body? Let's just be real with that.
Let us into the mind of Scotty. Let us in.
I feel like I would want to do it more to be efficient, especially with work. For social media aspect, like I don't know if I would be able to go phoneless. Phoneless would be tough with like work because I have to call people every day, reach out, email, like all that jazz. So that'd be really tough for me to like disconnect like from my phone completely. But social media, I feel like it would definitely help me be more efficient with work. I do feel like I get stuck in a scroll hole occasionally. Like sometimes when I wake up, I'll just kind of just like scroll, or like when I'm just like at my desk, I'll just like someone will send me something and I'll just end up scrolling. But I don't know. I feel like it would be interesting. I don't feel like I get too anxious from being on my phone too much. I feel like I just get anxious from like the amount of work I have to do sometimes. And then maybe that makes me more anxious because I get stuck doing like other things. Like you multitask so much on your phone, sometimes it's a bad thing. It's definitely something I want to do, and we may be like kind of giving social media to one of the coaches to focus on a little bit. So I feel like that might be my chance to like actually like disconnect from social media, maybe do like a 2-week thing, or maybe start off by maybe doing like a week thing, of like disconnecting from there. Hold on, sorry, crap, to the voicemail. We got a call. So basically, I don't know. I really want to do it. So I think like once we make that move where I don't have to be on social media for work, I can do that, and I'm kind of excited to do that because I think it'd be good for myself and for Megan, because Megan always says I'm on my phone. Honestly, she's on her phone a lot too when she's not reading. So like I don't want to hear shit from her. But
okay, so everybody's quick. This is what I said in my house. I was like, not Reese so much because I have some severe rules for her, right? But Angelo, he's quick to throw the shade at me for being on my phone, and I'm like, dude, right? Aren't our spouses quick to throw the shade of us being on our phone?
Yeah,
definitely on my phone way more than she is, 100%. But I also work on my phone a lot, but she reads a lot. But when she's not reading, she's on her phone. So it's just
her brain is so healthy. Her brain is like, we got to read more, guys.
Juicy.
We got to read more.
She reads a lot, but she loves her fantasy stuff and all that. Like, it's funny too because like I sat down next to her and she was reading, and she's like, "Want me to read you?" I was like, "Yeah, go for it." And I just like sat there, and she read like the end of her chapter, but it's like funny because like some of the like she hates the descriptions that they do. Like sometimes when they describe like what they're wearing or like the room, she just like oh, that's boring. All right, let's get to the dialogue. Like she literally does not care about the descriptors or anything like that. She just like wants
that's
to know.
Amazing.
She wants like the action.
Because I cannot not read every word. I'm
That's
like,
how I am.
I am. If I'm like, it's like not doing that extra set. I cannot not do it.
Mm-hmm.
It like,
let's get to that juice.
I can't. I can't. Right. Okay. So
no, I think it'd be good. I think I would like it.
Yeah,
we're
beard might
gonna
grow
hold
even
you
longer.
to this. We're gonna revisit this and give you that little push to do it, because
No,
I want to hear from you without the social media. Okay. I think it's Prince, like that long without social media. That's inspiring. Actually, I aspire to be like that. And you have me thinking, and we'll get to what's next in a minute, but you have my wheels turning.
All right.
So
appreciate that.
What did I accomplish during this time?
Let us know. Yeah.
Okay.
That part.
So I was at the beach, right? That's my place. Everyone knows that. If you know me, you know the beach is my place. I felt lost at first. Then it turned to excitement. Then it turned to total relaxation. It was like a wave of emotions. I was like, let's do all the things. I went paddleboarding, kayaking. I watched movies. Okay. Which, if you know me, I never watch movies. I just don't watch movies. But yes, I sat down and I watched the Rocky Marathon of all the Rocky movies, and it was so amazing. And I loved every second of it. I read 3 books. 3 books!
In 10 days.
In 10 days.
That's crazy.
I, worked on, relationships. I spent quality time with my parents, talking, Angelo, Reese. Guys, I was so daggone social on the beach. Let me just tell you, we have neighbors that are down there all the time. I beached with them every day. I did yoga. I walked. I was so daggone social. And I'm not a super social person by nature. Like, I love people and I'm an extrovert, but like, I'm pretty much like chill. Like, I don't really like go out and like do a ton of things that are social. Like, I can get overstimulated socially. I'm like, so many things. But I was calm and collect and like not having that anxiety from that phone, that I was able to really focus on talking to the person and connecting and building these relationships. It was very cool. And I did not miss my phone. Day 10, I did not miss my phone. And it has me thinking that most people should do this. Because, like summertime, if you're a parent and you have a child that's in school, summertime's like the time you learn a lot about them because you're with them a lot. So parents, like, pay attention in the summertime. If you have school-age children, this is where you notice their growth. Like, this is where you notice them growing up, is the summertime, because you're with them a lot. So I was able to spend like amazing quality time with Reese and like just see where she is in her life, being 12 and a half. Like, where are we in her world? Right. And that was amazing, because every summer, and you only have so many summers with your children. That's crazy, right? To think of that till they go away to college or they become adults. And then they're not by your side anymore. So you really have to like pay attention in the summertime. Well, pay attention all the time, parents, but summertime, I notice, is when I really see the growth of Reese and where she is, and talk about the things she wants to do, and, school or sports or whatever that it may be. So it was very cool to have that. And it also inspired everyone else in my camp not to get on their phones, because I kind of led the way with the expectation of like, guys, I'm not going to be on my phone. So if they were on their phone, like, well, I feel bad. So like they weren't on their phone a lot, which was great. So, so that's what I felt like it did for me and what I accomplished. Prince, what do you feel like you actually touched on this, you feel very productive and like you accomplished a lot?
Yeah, I feel like I feel just more present. I don't know. It's like I don't know what it is about it, but it's like it's kind of like when you like constantly on your phone, it's like you have like this almost like this out of body experience. And I don't mean in a good way though. Like you're not really present in your own body and in the atmosphere of what's going on around you. So like I feel like I do get a lot more done, like freaking cleaning the house more and like, just like I feel like I got more mental energy. And then like everyone that like I work with, I'm like, well, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? And I was like, to cleanse my soul, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
cleanse my soul, cleanse my soul with two O's. And to even now, you just made me think about like where I want to see like, okay, what triggers may I have from like social media and my phone that like I actually haven't had lately. You know what I mean?
Good point. So let's talk about things that our cell phones trigger. So first off, we know that every time we open our phone, we get a dopamine dump, right? Because that's what we're addicted to. We're addicted to that dopamine dump to feel good. We're looking for something on our phone to make us feel good, whether it's an Instagram post, a quote we're reading, a picture. We are looking for that, or we're looking for something to see to make us just feel better about ourselves, right? Like, guys, I don't mean to be like mean or this is not where my mind goes, but you open your phone and some people may see someone not winning, right? And they are like, oh, I feel so much better now about myself. I'm doing pretty good. Like, keep your eyes on your own life. Like, where are you growing instead of like looking for those triggers, like, or those things that are happening when we're opening our phone? Like, create your own and live your own. And I think so many people are so worried about, number one, what other people think, right? So that's why we put everything on social media. We want everyone to know or think that our life is perfect, that we are just living our best life, right? When we might not be, because who really is living that picture perfect social media life? No one.
And those people are usually the people that have the most issues going on in their lives. The people that
your phone. I finished, bro.
Yeah, like I've seen couples where they look like they're the perfect couple on social media, and they have the biggest issues when you see them in person. Like they have the most arguments. They just don't see eye to eye. They're always fighting, but yet on social media, they're like dream come true, like lovers at first sight, and like perfect in every way. And not saying like not all those people are like that, but like you're definitely overcompensating for it sometimes because you want to be known as like you want to be known that you have a perfect life and you have that perfect person, so you've made it
right. So we think about real quick to touch on social media real quick. Social media creates a lot of expectation for people. Like everyone thinks they need to live up to what they see, read, when really more than half of that stuff's not even true. Like it's not even reality. And I always say, and I think we said this before, like a strong person will talk or work on their weaknesses. They don't hide behind this perfect life. A real strong person talks about it and really shares with people like, hey, I'm working on this. Okay. What I work on is that I always tend to want to fix everything when it's not my work, right? Like it's not me. It's not something I can fix. So like we all have our weaknesses that we need to work on, but we're not hiding. Like don't hide behind your social media screens. Like putting things out there that you want to share, be informative. Like don't create an expectation and don't follow the expectation. Like don't look at what someone else is doing and be like, I need to have that life. Because it's not true. It's usually not true. Probably 99% of the time, it's not true.
It's not true unless they're being real. And if they're really being real, then somebody's gonna post something that's not pretty. or that's not like to the expectation. But I think honestly, we try to hide behind social media or that persona. Like it goes back to truly, you may be fooling some people some of the times or whatever, but you're only fooling yourself because at the end of the day, you still got to meet with you. And like Nipsey Hussle quoted someone, but he was just like, "Would you rather be at peace with the world and at war with yourself, or at peace with yourself and at war with the world?" Type of thing. And those are two extremes, but like it's one of those things where it's like I want to be good with me. Like I care about people and all that, but it's pointless if I'm not good with myself starting off. You know what I mean? And but it's pointless.
Yeah, because if you're at war with yourself, then that's an ongoing battle that no one might see, but like that's like you have to live with that every day. Right. Like sometimes you might not have to deal with the outside world. Sometimes you can be checked out. You can be like at home in a safe place or like just out. But like, as long as you're good with yourself, like you're happy. But like imagine being by yourself, you still have that war with you going on, and then that's constant just negativity.
Right.
And you got to address it.
Right. And like, don't forget about the FOMO that I don't care who you are. If you're on social media too much, there is some creation of FOMO going on. Like you see this person hang out with this person, or this person's traveling there, or this concert, or this what. Like, get off the social media, don't have the FOMO, and go out and do the stuff yourself. Because we all have decisions to live our life. Like if I see someone hiking in the woods and they see a beautiful waterfall, I have the means to go down to Gunpowder and hike and see a beautiful waterfall. I can be living my own Instagram story. You don't have to live through other people's stories and have FOMO. Like, go out there and actually live, and then you won't have FOMO because you won't be spending time on social media, seeing what everyone else is doing and feeling like you're less than or you're not. Do you guys ever experience FOMO? Because I think everyone does.
Yeah, that's part of why I took the social media fast. Like there's so many things I was looking at with because right now Instagram does this thing. I guess it's like some algorithm where like they give you more of what you already follow or look at, and you're not even like following these people or these channels or these accounts, but it like starts showing up on your thing. And like I follow a lot of like masculine stuff and this and that, and then there's somebody else say something. I'm like, damn, well, shoot, am I not a man? Or like just different stuff. Like you're like, just being real, because like that's something I don't really talk too much about. But like I follow a lot of things just about like masculine being just like that guy, you know what I mean? And everyone on social media is gonna act like that guy, and everybody's got a plethora of things you should be doing if you're gonna be that guy and this and that, and it can become toxic. And the FOMO is definitely,
very toxic.
Scotty, do you experience FOMO? Because I feel like for you two, someone's looking at your Instagram story and they're seeing you guys are super in shape, good looking, doing your workouts, always happy. Like, do you experience FOMO at all? Are you like, oh my gosh, look at that?
I when I see my friends in LA and they're at like pool parties, or my friends DJing and like they're all together, like I miss all that. And I'm like, oh man, I wish I was there. Or like if some people if they're like traveling the world, they're like in another country or something like that. Like damn, like I wish I could be doing that kind of stuff. But like I'm not like sad when I can't do it. You know what I mean? Like it's not like the end of the world, and it's just like it's not like heartbreaking. Like, all right, cool, I have FOMO, like no big deal. I used to have it real bad where I would go and do everything and I had no money because I would always try doing something. That was also like a bad part of it.
I've been there before, bro.
Yeah. I think we all have.
So FOMO I think is definitely like no matter what, I feel like everyone has a sense of FOMO some way or another. And how you deal with it, obviously, can be good or bad. You can go ahead and kind of like do it yourself, go out, or you can just be like, you can just kind of like live with it, like, all right, cool. Like I'm not obviously like I'm not going to go to like New Zealand anytime soon just because like I can't right now because like work and like all that. But like maybe one day in the future I could plan for it, like
right.
maybe eventually like plan to do something.
Right.
But I want to back step real quick with like being real, like on social media. Like I feel like maybe I'm not like, I don't know if you have to be, but like I don't show as much vulnerability on social media. But I feel like
Same.
I'm like I show a lot of workouts. I show like oh, like my wife and the animals, and like when I'm happy with like friends and stuff like that. Like I'm not trying to be fake either. You know what I mean? Like where like, because do you think like everyone has to show, like I feel like I want to be more vulnerable and I want to be like, all right, cool, like this has happened to me and yada yada, I'm going through this, like you know what I mean? Like
I think, man, like you ever see those posts where people vent on social media? Or
yeah, it's like
you know,
mind blowing. It's like shit, like damn.
Yeah, like stuff like that. I think like that's an extreme end of it. And then there's like the fake side. And I feel like, you kind of keep it right in the middle where it's like, hey man, like you just do you. You do you and you keep it authentic, but it's also like I'm not about to like just put it all out there and like put it out pretty much like a cry for help. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
I feel you.
And I feel like not everyone needs to know everything that's going on with me either.
Right.
Like things, like some things need to be private. Like I'm not like on social media for everyone to know me to like to the T, like exactly, you know what I mean? Like you don't need to know what I'm allergic to and like, oh, I've been going through like this kind of shit and like this has happened and yada yada yada.
Or what's going on in your marriage and stuff,
Yeah, like it's like some things are private. And I feel like I don't need to spill everything out there for everybody. So I feel like there is a difference between being like authentic and like crying out for attention.
And then you have
or hiding.
Right. And then you have like people like me who, if I'm going through a tough time I don't even, in my mind, the way I think, it's not a tough time. I'm growing and learning through something. That's how I look at it. Like I never say, oh, I'm having a tough time. I always say I'm growing and learning through something. Social media is not even in my mind.
Yeah.
When I'm learning or growing through something, social media doesn't even come into my head that I need to share this with someone. It doesn't. Now, in conversation, in person, I share things with people to hopefully inspire or help them. Okay. But social media doesn't even cross my mind until, Scotty, what you just said, because I think, and I listen to podcasts and they talk about that specific thing. And I've actually been driving thinking about how I never put anything on my social media about hardships or things I'm going through ever, because it's not the first thing. It doesn't even cross my mind to do it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. So that's a great question. I'm not trying to be fake, but it just doesn't even cross my mind.
Yeah, because like I was never a big person with Twitter. But I do have Twitter, like because I think Twitter is like the most like up to date, like where like if something's going on, like you can find it there. Like, if you're trying like oh, like Paramount TV is down, and like I just like searched on Twitter, like oh, it's down everywhere. All right, cool. Like it's not just like my shit being all broken and whatnot. So like I feel like Twitter's like good for like that kind of like fast information because like everyone kind of goes to it. But like people like literally spill like every thought they have throughout the day on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it blows my mind. I'm like, yo, like, do y'all keep anything to yourself? Or do you guys just like blurt everything out? Like imagine being in a room with someone that just like constantly, like no matter what came to their head, they just like they just said.
You know called Tourette's.
That's what it's like, Scotty. That is such an awesome point. What if I was talking to you and I'm like, you just everything that came to your mind or every little thing that you're doing, like you
damn,
come
your breath
to me.
Smells. I'm like what?
Yeah, right, man.
Dude, you see on Twitter, you're on Twitter, it's like, wow, this guy next to me's breath smells really bad, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I mean? Like people tweet shit like that. And then now you're like, imagine if someone like you were sitting next to that person and they just like, wow, your breath really smells. Like, very cool.
So, I mean, yeah, dude, man, I don't even like post where I'm at until I'm gone. Like that's how that's I don't even now I'll be honest, back when I was on MySpace and I was like a really young, like crazy emotional teenager, like addicted to stuff, and I would actually do that. And then one day I was just like, bro, this is stupid. Like what? Like, man, why would you nobody you did I was like, you post all this stuff, especially like when you're going through something, and nobody has reached out to help you. And the people that have, it's just been to get more detail. And then they took that, and now it's pretty much hung against you, that type of thing. But yeah, this I get what you're saying.
There's such negativity. People are just like, oh, this, like just like always like bitching and complaining about something. And don't get me wrong, like when I was on Facebook, and it was like it said your name is like or like whatever, like you would like type like what you were doing or thinking. And I get those things that reoccur, like, oh, 5 years ago, like you said this. I'm like, wow, did I really? Like that's embarrassing. like shit. Like I was like embarrassed for like some of that stuff.
Right. So social media is forever. Okay. And even if you think that Snapchat's gone, it is not. One of my very close friends is a detective, and I will tell you, they will tell you it is not gone. They can find it. It's not gone.
One chance to mess up your Wikipedia.
Boom, right there. Okay. So where do we go from here? All right. You guys think on this. Where do we go from here? This is where I'm going from here. I set a timer for 30 minutes across all social media platforms.
That's good.
Honestly, guys, I hit ignore time limit 70% of the time. Okay.
Not finished.
Okay. So
get hot.
Finished.
It's getting deep. Can we stop right now?
Okay. Correct. Because the scroll hole has gotten gotten my mind, and I'm in the scroll hole. Can't get out. I'm like hanging on. I'm hanging on. Deep hole. I'm in the well. Okay. So right. Okay. So that's not working for me. I've removed the apps from my home screen. Not working for me. I just scroll over.
You're gonna search that ish up.
I just scroll over. Okay. So what I'm going to do from here is every Sunday, okay, is going to be, I would ideally like to do every Saturday and Sunday will be a social media fast every week. So that's where I'm going to go from here. Saturday and Sundays are going to be a social media fast, because for me, the time limit, I wish there was a button that says, automatically, you cannot log back on. Once you hit your 30-minute, you cannot log back on. But I don't think there is that button. And if there is, comment, let me know how to do it.
You might need
there's an idea I had in college was an app to make sure, like, if you were like drunk texting someone, like, are you sure you want to text this person? Like, but you had to put in your password or something in case you were like too drunk. So.
Oh, that's genius. Okay, so I'm doing no social media Saturday and Sunday. Okay, that's where I'm going from here. Okay. Prince, where are you going to go from here? Because obviously we see the benefits in this, and I want them to keep going, and I want to keep growing. And before we got on this, I talked about how I feel like the universe is making me grow and it's pushing me. And I feel like this is one of the areas that the universe is saying, okay, Angie, you need to grow, and you are not growing by looking to see what this girl looks like in her improvement season versus you. You are not growing by looking at what this person's eating versus you. You are not growing by looking at where this person's vacationing than you. Like, you're not growing. This is not helping you. So where are you going to go, Prince, from here?
Well, I do the Sunday fast, just like phone fast completely. But since I do have to run like business through social media, one of my things I'm doing and working on now is just making it where like content is already created for the full month, so it can be more automated and autonomous. So I don't necessarily have to go through all the steps, log in, do all of that. But then also setting like kind of like a set of time to reach out to everyone and do my check-ins and set a time for my workout. Set out time like to check social media. Like this is that social media hour, that social media block in my day.
I like that.
And then like Kobe said something that really sticks with me now, and I always think about it too. And I have to rewatch sometimes. But he was like when I say I'm gonna do something, like I don't negotiate with myself. He's like the deal is made. He's like there's no negotiating, and being more mindful of that, of just being like, okay, like hey, you said this was it. This is what you were gonna do, and this is how much time you're gonna give yourself to do it. Like there's no negotiating, because you can work and cut deals with yourself, but then at the end of the day, like one side of you is getting played by the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so don't play yourself. But
so that's so good.
DJ Khaled.
So like, thanks, man. Yeah, but that's all Kobe though. Like literally, I was like, dang, bro, that's you don't negotiate. Man.
That's really good. That's really good. I'm writing that down. All right, Scotty, where are you gonna go from here?
What you gonna do?
I definitely want to. I don't know. Maybe I can find a couple days in the week. I don't know. It's just so tough because my schedule is like always all over the place. I need to like. It's hard to have like anything set. But I think like I need to just make sure I can like hand off social media, and I want to honestly just try a week and go no social media. I'm hoping by like mid-August.
Right. Or maybe on your day off, you do a 4-hour phone fast, or you like on your day off is like no social media on your day off. You know, maybe you start small because your work is very much tied to social media. I mean, we all look forward to those to those posts. We do. We want to see people we know. We want to see them. We want to see what workout you're doing. We want to see Scotty. Like we want to see all that. So like, maybe there's one day a week where you don't get on social media.
Yeah.
At all.
I know. You definitely like. Maybe I want to start off by not getting on social media in the morning.
Oh, that's
you
perfect.
Talked about that before. I think that would be a good start for me, because sometimes I just sit there and I'm like scrolling. I'm like, fuck. And then like 10 minutes go by. I'm like, shit, I need to get ready.
All right. I'm leveling up my game. I'm not doing any social media in the morning at all. That is a valid point.
Hours. Yeah.
I'm doing it. I'm adding it to my list.
Mine's going to be like when I first wake up. So like, when I'm at work, like I need to kind of like be like ready for it. Like if people are like sending like questions and like stuff like that, and like have to post stuff. But I'm gonna definitely try to start off by like my morning routine, take it out of it.
No social media till you get to the studio. That's gonna be mine.
Yeah. I like it.
Right. And here's the thing: all three of us get up so early that like we can have that time, that quiet time to really set our day and our intentions. So if you get up early, guys, it's a win-win. And no matter if you don't get up early, like no social media until you leave the house for the day, for work.
Yeah.
Right. I love that. That is going starting tomorrow. I'm doing it.
No, that's important. I second that for sure.
Yeah, I'm starting it tomorrow. We're going to check in with each other and keep each other accountable on that.
I know those little red notifications just going to be laughing at me.
I turned mine off. I did turn all notifications off. They're all off.
I did that too. I did that a while ago because I was like, hold on, man. I was like, I can't be doing this, man. I was like, I gotta like, turn
people screaming at y'all all day. It's like screaming at y'all all day. You're like, All right, so hopefully everybody learned that they should consider a social media fast, a phone fast, or at least set boundaries for yourself.
Yeah.
All right, so with that said, let's go into our song choices for the week. All right, mine is Peru, Peru, by Fireboy DML. It is the best lifting song ever.
I think I know that one.
You do, Scotty. You have to know it. It comes on. You probably have it in your, It is such a good song. It's such a good song. And it's like the beat, it's so summer. It's a vibe. I love it. I love it. I can listen to it over and over and over again. And I've been listening to it and I'm like not ready for summer to end. So I'm going to hold on to the vibe as long as I can.
It's still summer. Let it ride.
Yeah, the vibe is real.
Yes. All right, Prince, what do you got?
I'm gonna go a different route this time. Everyone knows I listen to hip hop and alternative, but I'm a big jazz guy. And right now, like I get my morning music going and stuff like that while I'm setting up the gym floor. But Paul Hardcastle, No Stress at All.
Ooh, very fitting.
So yeah, I've been vibing to that a lot. Such a good song. It's got a good vibe. It bangs and it's jazz. Like it's good.
Bangs.
Nice. All right, Scotty, what do you got?
Let's give credit for Megan for this one. She likes to listen to YouTube and just like search songs and like let YouTube play. Like what is this 2008? Like come on, get with it. But she found this song by Manelli and it's called Rum Pum Pum.
Oh,
I think I've heard that.
Right? You got me. I forget how the words go, but like rum bum bump, and then you shot me down, rum bum bump. It's pretty good.
Very good.
Okay.
We're like stepping
Like
outside of our box this time.
So like RAMPAMPAM by Manelli, Minelli.
I feel like I've heard that before. Yeah, I gotta play it today to make sure.
I don't know if it's new or if it's old, but she found it. She always sends it me because she finds them like on her ride to work, and then she just sends me it. And I'm like, all right, cool, I can vibe this.
That's awesome.
All right. Megan.
Yes, Megan, thank you. We gotta have the wives on here.
Yeah.
She'll be talking shit about me the whole time.
We need to like you guys have to hand the Zoom over to them one time and just step away and let me talk to them and us have like a girl Zoom.
There you go.
You know what? We should that actually be a great episode. I
and then Angelo can come in my spot and you guys
like nobody knows anybody.
That would be a riot. All right, we're gonna head out and I don't know. The final thought that I want to bring into this is I want to go back to don't let your cell phone replace your life, your family, and your friends.
Yeah, I mean, like that right there, like that. Yeah, that says it all. That says it all. Be a human being. Be a human being. We don't need a middleman. Like we don't need the cell phone helps and all that and social media, blah blah blah. But we don't need a middleman to be human beings and to have that human interaction all the time.
Right. And Scotty and I, yes, disconnect to reconnect. And Scotty and I we're doing no social media until we get to our studios. Prince, you've already been like killing the social media fast. So like you're doing a great job. Yeah, keep doing it.
They're missing all my videos. They're missing all my videos.
I know, man. Don't worry. I hopefully you can save them. You can send them to me personally. You can always do that.
No, you could just go on my reels. You can find them.
And you're not missing anything on mine. You're not missing anything on mine. So don't worry. Don't stress about it.
No stress at all.
All right. No stress. Okay. Elevate the World Podcast. Like, subscribe on YouTube. Trainly Prince, Sky the Body. Oh, I did not change mine, but I am Ange Fit. 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 I'm trying to stay fit.
Oh, hold on, bro. You're trying to have a flex contest too. Let's not do that, man.
Got to show, got to grow, got to eat and grow. It's time. All right. Next time, we will see you next time for episode 35. And we are making it through summer. And I'm very, 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 very thankful that you guys have listened and watched us through the summer. And most of all, I'm thankful for you two. And I'm proud of all of us for keeping these podcasts going this summer.
For real. Yeah, we've been consistent for sure. Doing it for y'all.
Doing their crazy schedules.
Yeah, we've been making it work and juggling and really communicating and vibing, and it's just been really, really good. So I'm really proud of us for doing that. So
me too.
Right. And like I keep saying, you know, we want to, and I need to stop. Nobody cares what you're going to do. People only care what you do. Right. So it's time to grow the podcast and get it out there in different places and things and do more little small videos and stuff. So stay tuned for all of that as we disconnect from our phones.
Right. As you can see, a very complex group.
You won't even know.
You don't even know. We are going to be so magical. You don't even know how we're going to do it. It's going to be amazing. We're going to create the next big thing, like staying connected without cell phones. Oh my gosh.
Watch.
It's called being human. Gotta go.
Oh, hey, I was like, you've already said too much.
All right. Check you guys later.
Deuces.
All right. See you later.
So chill.